can't believe that it's 9 o'clock p.m. for some of you guys and you're here. So that's just such an amazing testament of dedication. I'm going to really try to be super respectful of your time this evening. I prepared about 30 minutes. So I'm going to try to go a little bit faster through it, but I have about 30 minutes for us tonight. And before I get into the bulk, because we're going to be talking about some of the things that I've found, really one of the main characteristics of people who are reaching their desired success in this business. So I'm going to share what some of those findings are this evening. But before we jump in, I just kind of want us to put your goals in the forefront of your mind. And I really want us to start our call like that, because really and ultimately, I want you to get what you need to get from this call to reach your goals. So stop me, ask me questions throughout this conversation. I don't just want to talk at you. For sure, at the end, if you don't want to interrupt me, ask your questions in the chat and I'll make sure that we talk about them. I don't want you to leave here with any unanswered questions. Like, this is your time investment. So I really want to make sure that you make the most of that return. Okay, so now that we have your goals at the forefront of your mind, I want you to set your intention. Okay, so this is the intention for what you expect to gain or expect to get, or how you expect to be challenged. Okay, so now that we have those in the forefront of our mind, let's jump in. Tonight we're talking about the first thing to go. And this is not a jab at people who are maybe more wise. This is the first thing that takes you to where you're trying to go is your mindset, is the belief that you can do it, is the vision that you have for what you're even trying to do. But before we dive into this mindset talk, I want to talk about action. Because we already know that believing you can reach the object of your desires, using this opportunity as the vessel and managing your feelings around the things that you don't want to do will be a constant pursuit, regardless of your success or your tenure. But taking action is one of those characteristics, right, that I was mentioning. And taking action is, I dare to say, sometimes more important than the knowledge itself. Because in this business, you can learn as you go. So go. And we want to go with picking the program. We want to go with having the goal. We want to go with sharing the pursuit of reaching that goal, right? Because it's not necessarily just about the attainment of that goal. It's about everything in between reaching that goal and sharing that and inviting people to a group where they can also reach theirs. And that's the cycle that we are really repeating over and over again. I do know that there may be a bit of fear sometimes in this, the fear of the unknown, fear of success, fear of failure, fear of building a network marketing business, imposter syndrome, whatever, right? One of the characteristics of people who are reaching their desired success is that they use their fear to get them to their next level. And so we know that fear is inevitable. But the difference between those people who are reaching their goals and others is that they understand that the anxiety, the nerves, the fear will happen, but it's what you do with it, how you use it, how you grow from it, how you overcome it. That's the difference. So it doesn't really matter what happened yesterday or last month or even last year, right? We have 39 days left of this year, of this freaking decade. And so today is a new day. No. That's not to freak you out. That's not to make you make crazy faces. That's to empower you to know that today's a freaking new day. And we have 39 days left, and that's plenty of time for us to make a change. So don't start getting discouraged and start making faces at yourself because of what you maybe haven't done or what you said that you wanted to do and it's not here yet. Who cares? Welcome to your freaking new beginning. So let's get ready to attack these last few weeks of 2019 that will also be the last few weeks of this decade that will absolutely positively set us up to attack the beginning of 2020. So if this business were on a 1 to 10 scale, I want you guys, let me explain the 1 to 10 scale. 1 being like, I'm going to take out because they're just getting on my nerves. 1 being like couch potato, and 10 being like lock yourself in the room, charge hell with a bucket of water, go towards your goals. We should be living at a 6 or a 7, regardless if you're doing this part-time, full-time, regardless of the adversity in the life, the number of kids. We should be living at a 6 or 7. Now, the good thing is that you get to define what that 6 to 7 means for you. But in times like this, a characteristic of people who are reaching their desired success is that they are at 8, 9, and dare I even say, there may be some weeks that they are at a freaking 10. This is the time of year to turn up the intensity, and you get to define what that means for you. But that might mean increasing the number of invites. That might mean 2xing the number of follow-ups that you're doing. That might mean doubling the number of people that you're reaching out to get conversations and just connection started, right? I challenge you all to turn up the intensity to a level that you've never known for yourself, that will allow you to finish each day strong, that will allow you to finish this year strong, that will allow you to finish this year as you envisioned it. And I'm not talking about at the attainment of the goal. I'm talking about being the person that you need to be to reach the goal in the first place. Right? Doing the things that we know we need to do to get to the attainment of where you're trying to go in the first place. Because that momentum, that's the driving force. And that's the opportunity that you all have with Beachbody, to use Beachbody as a vessel for you to reach your personal goals that are at the forefront of your mind. And my prayer is that when I shared that at the beginning of the call, that you didn't envision yourself as a 5-star diamond. Like, I want you to, absolutely, but I want you to, if that is the Beachbody goal that you've identified will take you to the attainment of your personal goal. Your personal goal is, I need to make this, feel this, be this, do this. I want to donate to this. Those are your personal goals. And then we say, I want to be diamond. I want to be 2-star. I want to be elite. I want to be a Success Club all-star legend. Those are the Beachbody goals that we align ourselves with to reach the personal goals that are in the forefront of your mind. Keep those there. But the attainment of them starts now. And it starts with following up with one person. It starts with you. It starts with you defining what that goal is. And doing the work necessary on your mindset and your belief to take the actions to reach them. Okay, so here's a quick story, because I'm familiar with like increasing the intensity and all that good stuff. I am a runner. Do I have any runners on call? No. Oh, okay, like 2. There's always like at least 1. Okay, so I'm a runner, and ever since I could walk, I really ran. I started running year round when I was 11. I ran collegiately, cross country track, like just running my entire life. But one thing that kind of became known as my thing was the way that I would finish my races. And it started with a race that was like way back in the day. But we were running the mile. And let me just paint the picture for the other 20 or so that were not runners on this call. So we're running 4 laps around the track, 1,600 meters. And we start the race, and I had been leading the race. But we were going into this 3rd turn, so this last lap, and I ran into this wall, it's not a real wall, but I ran into it. And at that point, when I ran into it, I could not feel my legs. I could not lift them up. They literally felt like concrete jello. And I was giving this girl behind me, like, all the signs of death, like death was near. My arms were out. I was flailing in the wind. My head was up, like, y'all, legitimately, it looked like I hit a real wall. And then this girl passed me. And this girl passed me after I had been leading the entire race. And we had about 450 meters left to go. So about 1 lap left. And not only, though, did she passed me right where the start and finish line is. And in long distance, that's also at the bottom of the track where the entrance to the stands are. So that's where all the crowd is. That's where all the teams are. It's where your coaches are, their coaches, their team, your coaches, your team. And they're all screaming at you. And they're like, go, go, go. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I look over, and as soon as she passed me, I read my coach's lips, and he's like, you better go. And then I heard my mom, who was crazy, love her to death. She was crazy. And she was all the way somewhere yonder in the bleachers at the very, 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 very top, screaming out, which I could hear very clear, you better not girl beat you, Keichun. She was definitely that mom. Anyway, I heard them, and I did not want this girl to win either, especially because I had been leading this entire race, but even bigger than that, because I had this big, scary goal, this crazy why, that this was how I was going to go to college. And plus, I believed in me, and I believed in what I was capable of. And so it's about 200 meters left of this race. I leaned in, and I leaned in hard, and I leaned in hard to my personal development. And that was my own physicality. That was my training that taught me to lean into the track and to lift my knees as to my chest to try to get over that wall that I had just fell into. I leaned into my mental strength from the visualization exercises that our coach used to make us do before every track meet, that really and truly up until this moment, I didn't even understand why he had us doing that. But at this point, this girl had gained about 20 meters on me. So not only did she pass me, but now she gained 20 meters at the end of the race. Y'all, I kicked it in like I never had before. Like I was running a freaking sprint, not ending this mile run. I had completely forgotten about the wall that I had slammed into, how my legs were feeling like jello, how I could barely even lift them. I completely forgotten about how embarrassed I was when she passed me in front of the entire crowd after I had let I believed in me, y'all. And I wanted the title more than I cared about the pain. And if I died, because like I said, that was a legitimate concern in my mind that death was near, I would have died leaving it all out on the track. And so despite that wall that I had literally just hit 450 meters ago, I kicked it into a gear that was so strong and that was so powerful, it left people in awe. Like, how did I just do that? And I just did, because that was the only choice that I gave myself. I did not give myself another option. I did not give myself a reason that people would have been okay with. They would have been like, oh, she slammed into the wall. It's okay to slow down or to stop. Because I believe in myself, and I believed in that why, in that goal. Because even as a kid running the mile, my why was to go to college, and it had been embedded. I could see it. I could see me walking through campus. And growing up, for me, the only way we could go is if we got the scholarship to go. So what do I want you to take away from this story? I have three main things that are also characteristics of people who are reaching their desired success in this business. And the first takeaway is to put yourself in the place of success potential. Put yourself in the place of success potential. If you want success, you have to be intentional about doing the activities to get you there. So what I mean by that is I've been talking a lot about setting your personal goals and then identifying your Beachbody goals to get there, right? So once we identify that, then we have to come up with our strategy to reach those goals. So these are going to be I'll call it the day-to-day, but you also get to define what consistency looks like for your own self. Meaning if invites don't work every day for you, maybe you do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and it's okay, because this is your business. And the idea is just to be consistent, how you get to define it. But once we identify the personal goal and the Beachbody goals, then we'll want to reverse engineer those in order to figure out what the strategy is, what those things that we should be focusing on every single day that will take us to the attainment of those goals. And really and truly, that's on the Success Club System Tracker. And even if you've tried that Success Club System Tracker and maybe it's not the best tracker for you, that's okay. You can go into the champions page and type in tracker, and you will find one. Heck, you can maybe even go to Google and type in Beachbody Business Tracker, and there will be one. Pick one, try it out, and go from there. Because this is definitely a business of trying until you figure out what works, and then working it until it doesn't work anymore. But you want success, we have to be intentional about doing the activities to get there. So people who are reaching their desired success in this business are doing those business basic producing activities every single day, consistently. And I say every single day but they approach it how they need to approach it. So there are some people who do this full time and still working in the pockets of their time, because they found out that when they went full time with this and doing a full power hour just did not work for them. And so they still work in the pockets of time. There are some people who sit down and work 6 hours. There are some people who sit down. So you get to approach that. But the thing is that they're doing the vital, necessary to survive behaviors every single day. So if you're not doing that, start there. Start there. That's a sure way to put yourself in the place of success potential. And have someone hold you accountable. Have someone hold you accountable. Okay, so I'm not going to beat that dead horse. Moving on. So the 4 vital behaviors, just because I can't leave it up to chance, even though I know you're on an amazing team, but there might be a new coach who's like, what does that mean? I've heard be proof the product works, invite. Like, I've heard these, but like, can somebody explain them? I'm here to do that right now. Proof the product works. This is literally us saying that I'm trying this thing, and yeah, you can trust me because you've been following me or you already know me, but this stuff that I'm trying actually works. I'm not saying that it has to be some major transformation, physical transformation. I'm saying that we are sharing that they work, period. And holistically. So when we say that they work, how has it made you stronger? How has it made you better? Of course, we know that we'll want to make sure that the disclaimer is in there, but how has it done these things? How does it work? And are you showing them? And are you showing them beyond just your transformation? This is Team Beachbody. And the beautiful thing about being on the incredible team that you are a part of is that you guys get to share these transformation pictures and use them. Okay. So proof the product works is literally sharing that what you are trying works. Recognizing the work and the efforts of the people around you. That's what we mean by recognize. The invite. Here's a better way for you to think about this invite. It's attract. We attract people by sharing what we are excited about, sharing what's working, because we are showing that the proof the product works. And we attract them. And we connect with them. So we find common grounds and we reach out to them and we connect with them. And then from that connection, if there's a problem that we have the solution to, we invite them. We invite them to resolve their problem. And then we follow up with them, because the invite is typically not where the yes comes from. The yes typically comes from that follow-up. And then your personal development or your growth initiatives. So that's when you are beginning to feel less than, because we're human beings, right? And knowing that our mindset work is something that we have to work on every single day. If you're beginning to feel less than, go fill yourself up. Maybe you're saying, I'm feeling less than because my leadership. Let's go maybe read more about leadership. Or maybe it's because you don't feel confident about the ingredients in Shakeology. Let's go learn more about Shakeology. So this is to equip you with the confidence that you need in order to go share this with enthusiasm and excitement and passion, because that is what is attractive. Okay. So we talked about the tracker system. I've already mentioned that there are several tracker forms that you can use, but the things that we want to make sure we're tracking is tracking who we're talking to. So that means that we'll want to make sure that we have a list of these people, who we're inviting and who we need to follow up with. And the reason why I want to make sure I highlight this is because oftentimes I get people who say, I don't know when to start tracking them, or I don't track them at all. I don't know who I'm supposed to be following up with. And so the characteristic, the thing that I am sharing with you that I've gotten from people who are reaching their desired success is that they are tracking. They know who they're inviting. They continue to add people to that list. The people who they add to that list that day may not be the people that they invite that day. They have the list of people who they did invite and those conversations that are continuing. Okay, let me go back to my notes. Okay, so another way to set yourself up for success potential is, this is going to be like an eye roll, is to hit Success Club. It's using those 4 vital behaviors. It's helping 3 people every month. Now, this is the thing. Inviting and following up is the way that will set you up to doing that. This is also the thing. Beachbody provides the total solution. The solution that you provide along Beachbody is the total solution. And Success Club is the tracker system for the total solution. Now, are there other ways to help people get started? Abso-freaking-lutely, there are other ways to help people get started. If what they need doesn't warrant a Success Club point, that does not make you less than of a coach or less than of a leader. That doesn't mean that you suck. It means that what they needed didn't warrant a Success Club point. Our goals are dependent on people, but not any one individual. And we are here to provide the solution for their needs. Beachbody has the total solution, so we would want to start with that. But if they say something along the lines of, I can't afford it, well, what is your budget? That's the question that we ask. That's the follow-up. Well, what is your budget? Because if this is something that you want, I can tailor a package to your budget. Or if they say something like, I just don't want that. Okay, well, let's get you started with 3 months and energize. Like, let's just get you started because you were excited a few months ago and I know that life has happened, but let's just get you started with something. Like, we can get people started. Like, our success in this business, our income in this business, our everything in this business is directly aligned with the people that we help, period. But Beachbody provides the total solution to help those people. I hope I'm making sense because success leaves clues. And if there are people who are helping at least 3 people every month for 100+ months, and they put on their pants just like we put on our pants, and they're legacy club members, and they are able to reach their desired success, which may be similar to yours. They may have similar adversity to you. They may have crazy adversity, right? I'm not here to judge anybody's adversity. All I'm here to say is if they can, so can you. And that is a way to set yourself up for maximum success, for success potential, is by focusing on helping 3 people with that total solution every single month. One way that you can make it a non-negotiable is by hitting it early in the month. So one way that I challenge people to do this is by setting your month into 15-day increments. And then give yourself the first 15 days to focus on Success Club and locking Success Club in. And, you know, as you're starting out, as I'm talking to some newer coaches, initially, these people may be friends and family. Initially, you may have friends and family who say no. It's okay. We keep going. We keep going. We keep doing everything that I've already talked about. Okay. So last, I just got... And we're talking about putting ourselves in place of success potential. This is the longest one, I swear, because this is so important. But putting yourself in the place of success potential is also being aware of some of these things we have going on. No excuse November. Like, this is the cheapest any of our packs will ever be. We're talking about the total solution. I'm talking about bar blend. Like, I just got some of my hands on some of the materials, and like, these cards are amazing. I'm just going to pick one for us right now. Let's see a good affirmation for us. Ooh, I am irresistible. That's who we are. Yes. I just got my hands on freaking our first plant-based beach bar. Like, this is putting yourself in the place of success potential. It's being excited about this and making sure that you're first on the list to purchase. Okay. All right. That was just down. But this is the thing. We are the leaders. We are the leaders in health and fitness, and no one does it like us. No one does it better than us. And it is because of you. It is because of you. Our programs and our products like Shakeology have helped millions of people lose hundreds and thousands of pounds, but it was because of your accountability and your group that you're inviting them to that provided them the success potential to get them there. So that's how you put yourself in the place of success potential. I know I've said a lot in this first one, but it really boils down to doing the work and inviting others to do the work in a way in which your accountability brings them results that they are so freaking excited about, they have to tell someone. Putting yourself in a place of success potential is by focusing on your mindset, knowing that you will have more limiting beliefs starting off than you ever have before. And we're going to have to just push through it because that's the clues that success left. And my last challenge in this is to get from behind your computer, especially in this holiday season, especially in the tech ages. I challenge you to get on the phone and talk to people. Let them hear your baby crying in the background so that they know that they can have chaos in the background when they're building this business too. Go say yes to those holiday parties. Wear that tank dress. Y'all show those arms off that you've been working hard for. And I'm not saying like go and vomit Beachbody all over these people, but I'm saying go show off those arms. Go show a little leg because you've worked hard, and let's let them go to your social media. That means your social media needs to make sure that people know what you do and that they can do it. But let's have them go to your social media so they can see how the heck you got those arms. All right. Lastly, on putting yourself in a place of success potential, y'all, really and truly, this was the one that is the longest, because I really think that if you can just leverage putting yourself in a place of success potential where you're excited about it, where you're doing the work, when you're working your mindset, it will truly take you to the attainment of the goals in the forefront of your mind. Second thing and third thing, real quick. Second thing is, when that girl passed me, I kept running. I didn't stop. It wasn't the end of my race. It wasn't the end of my life. I had a choice to make. The choice was to give up or to give it my all. And I think that you all have a very similar choice to make every single day, to give up or to give it your all. You know, and as you are setting audacious goals, I would challenge you to be goal conscious and growth conscious. And what I mean by that is we set audacious goals, but then we focus on how we grow towards them. And so if we fall short of that goal, we ask ourselves, what did we learn? Who do we help? How do we grow in the pursuit of reaching that goal? And as long as we can answer, I did everything and I left it all out on the track, that's a win. As long as we do not stop 3 feet from the end of the month or the end of the year, the end of the freaking decade, if we can wake up the next day on January 1st and know that we could not have given 2019 or this decade a fingernail tip more than we won. And this is the thing, because you guys are here at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. Other people may slow down, but our goals do not change with the seasons. Who you desire to become does not waver to a quote unquote difficult season or a difficult month. Have a paradigm switch when people start telling you no, when people start saying holiday season is here. Give them a something to go and be excited about. Give them a way to go earn $250 for the holiday. Give them something, give them a community. Other people may slow down, but we can't. Our goals and who we desire to become depends on it. And then lastly, the third and final thing that I want you to take away is to lean in and to finish strong. And so to lean in on your training, because right now it's action. Like, this is not learning time. You got what you need to get. We'll come back at the beginning of the year and we'll identify some of the other things that we might need to learn that will help you with your personal growth to give you that confidence. But right now, it is go freaking time. So identify your 6 to 7 so that we can live there. But then I want you to challenge yourself, maybe one day a week, to give this an 8, 9, maybe even a 10, to use the resources that we have, like No Excuse November, with these 39 days left, to use 4 weeks of the prep, which that sample workout is going to be available on December 16th. Use Bar Blend that's launching on the 3rd. Use the VIP group as people's chance to get intimate with the creator of that. Use the mindset membership. Use the monthly fix. Y'all, you leveraging yourself with Beachbody is probably the best thing you could have done to get you to the attainment of the goals that's at the forefront of your mind. And so this is how I end. I don't know anything about this girl. All I know is that when I talk about finishing this baby strong and leaving it all out on the track, I queued it all up and it never works. Like, you just think it's going to be all magical, like boom. Okay, here it is. Can you guys see this still? Okay, so I don't know anything about this girl, but let me tell you, for my people who didn't run track. So this is the very final race of the track meet. This is the 4x4. This is when 4 people run 1 lap each and they pass a baton to each other. So this is the very last person. This is the 4th leg. So this is the final leg of the final race in this track meet. And the girl that I imagine as I'm talking about falling through the finish line is not even in this shot right now. It's a great race. I mean, number 2, the 2nd place girl she's leaning in. Y'all see how she's leaning in? She's leaning in and she's passing number 1. This number 3 girl, she's coming out of nowhere. But watch this. The commentators are pretty hilarious too. Here comes the girl. This girl got the baton last. Everything stacked up against her to not win. All I knew is that she believed in herself. She believed in her team. She had a mission, she had a goal, and she was willing to leave it all out on the freaking field. And so when I say, let's take and use these resources that Beachbody has given us, and let's use them to go invite people and to go follow up with people. Let's have a group to bring them to. Y'all, fall through this finish line. Why? Because success has left the clues. These are all characteristics that I've identified that people who are reaching their desired success are doing in order to reach their desired success. So that's all I got. Let's see these chats. So we got some questions.
Keichun, I love how you're like, that's all I got.
That's all I got. I know, it was a lot. It was 34 minutes. A lot.
Yeah, people are just saying they can't go to bed now because they're fired up, which is
great. Go 2X. Go. Yeah. Leave the call and go do another follow-up.
It's so true though. I mean, I love your point of like right now it is go time. Because you have to think about the fact that like you have these certain desires and you have these certain goals that you want right now. There's other people out there that are like you that want that too. Like if you're willing to be sitting here on a call on a Monday night, there's somebody else out there just like you who's willing to do the same to get to where they want to go. And they're not going to be talked to by the person who goes and takes this month off. They're going to be talked to by you. So you can't just assume that everybody's not doing anything. Go find you right now. This is the best time to duplicate yourself. And honestly, I'm still seeing the benefits of 2 Decembers ago where I really, really used 80-day obsession to my advantage, had 76 Success Club points in 1 month. And now I have people, Caitlin's on this call. I have people on this call. I have 5 new coaches that all stemmed from that time, you guys. So you know, it's yes, it'll catch up, but like that's who you're not reaching out to right now. If you don't take this time because you think it's a busy time to reach out and finish going towards your goals. Does anybody have questions while we have her here? Because
and it can be about anything, y'all. It can be, about where our 6-month plan. It can be about anything.
It could be anything Beachbody related. Or you could just be like, hey, I really like your glasses. Where'd you get them?
Thanks. They're actually prescription.
They're really cute. Slay. I love it. Thank you. You're awesome. Thank you. No sleeping tonight. Nobody's sleeping tonight. Well, I think you did your job because there's no questions and everybody's just completely fired up.
Okay. Well, then maybe you guys keep this open and go do a few more invites, follow-ups. And hey, we got some people to help. And I'm so just thankful and blessed to be a part of this journey with you guys. I'll end by this then to say goodnight. Y'all, what we're doing is huge. And, you know, our mission is to end the trend of obesity. But what we're doing, it transcends beyond that. You're on the front line of ending trends, plural. So yeah, by you pressing play and showing up for yourself, we're ending the trend of obesity. But by you inviting people to this opportunity, we're also ending the trend of living paycheck to paycheck, which 7 out of 10 Americans live paycheck to paycheck right now. We're ending the trend of loneliness in a society where mental illness and loneliness is just so rampant we at 9:30 on a Monday are all together talking about how we can help people, how we can help ourselves. We're ending the trend of limiting beliefs, and we're ending so many trends, y'all. So just be empowered by that and know that you're on the front line of that. We could not do this without you. So let's go out there. Let's charge hell with a bucket of water.
Thank you so much, Keichun. Enjoy the rest of your night. You guys, let's reach out right now.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Happy Thanksgiving. Oh, she's the cutest human on the planet. I'm going to stop recording. Yeah.